His dark black eyes slowly opened, giving him a wide view of something unfamiliar. He rubs his eyes to get a better view as he looked here and there to figure out where he is. A fully bright room with the pictures of a girl hanging on the wall. She didn't look anything dangerous from the pictures. A blanket was covering him, and he really tried to remember what happened as to why he is in a girl's room. He looked at his clothes after putting up the blanket to see as if he spent the night with her or something. But as he looked there, he saw blood and the injuries on his arm, making him remember that he was running last night from the police. Yes, I was running, but what happened then? Did I get caught? Is this a jail? Jungkook wondered while trying to remember as he put a hand on his forehead, which was about to explode from hurting. That was enough of him trying to remember, so he decided to get up and see for himself. He tried to get up but fell on the floor again, as his injuries were serious and he couldn't move anymore. Then he heard some steps coming towards the room he was in. He panicked and looked around to get anything that looks like a weapon. Then he remembered he has a dagger in his waist pocket, so he put his hand on the dagger under the blanket. He tightened his grip on the dagger as the door opened slowly. A girl entered and saw him woke up. So she said, "You woke up? How are you?" She took a seat on the chair which was beside the bed, as she sat actually very close to Jungkook. For Jungkook moved his head a little away as he asked, "Who are you? Why am I here? You have so many injuries. Let me put some ointment on them," she said while looking at his face, which was filled with cuts and blood was pouring out of them. She opened the drawer to get the box out of it. While Jungkook looked at her and was confused, so he asked again. "I asked, who are you? Tell me or I'll kill. I won't spare you." She looked in his eyes and was scared of the intense look in his eyes, which was frightening. The void in his eyes grew more when he asked her the question. "Why? You don't remember? You were running while limping in the dark night. I couldn't see you, so I accidentally ran my car on you. It didn't hit you. You fainted when you saw my car." "I took a look at you, and you had so many injuries already, so I took you home, thinking that it's my mistake that you fainted," Vine said while neglecting upon her deed. "Jungkook, you took me home because you don't have anything you want out of me, right?" Vine, "No, why would I? I don't even know you." "So you're just an ordinary civilian," Jungkook said and took a deep sigh while resting his head on the pillow. He felt calmed for a second, then he put the blanket away from him and wanted to go. "Thanks for saving me. Really thanks. I will go now," he said as he tried to get up. But yet again, his arms didn't have enough energy to make himself get up from the bed, for he fell on the bed again. As he fell, Vine put on the blanket on him again and said to him, "Look at yourself. You can't even get up. How will you walk? You can stay here until you recover." Jungkook looked at her concern but couldn't get it. He rested his head on the pillow and looked at her, for he said, "Aren't you afraid that I might be a bad guy who might try to harm you?" She looked at him for a few seconds before saying, "Let me put ointment now." She took it out from the box and started applying it on him, starting from his arm. He kept looking at her while she did this, for he was amazed by her, as no one ever treated him this good, and that too was coming from a mere stranger. He changed his mind as he looked at her. "Jungkook, I won't stay for long. Let me do it just until I recover. I won't trouble you too much during these days," he said while looking at the ceiling. "Your arms, they are tough and cold," she said and looked at him while feeling bad for him. Jungkook said nothing but kept looking at the ceiling. "I will make dinner for you. I have some baggy clothes in that closet. You can take a shower as you kind of smell a little," Ryan said while pointing towards the closet and the washroom. Jungkook, sorry. I fell in the sand while running, so it's okay. I'll go first then," Ryan said and walked towards the outside, while Jungkook watched her leaving and slowly tried to get to the closet. He somehow put his legs on the ground, but as he got up and took a step, he fell in an instant, making a big thud, which was heard by Vine. She came back running towards the room. She saw him lying on the floor, on his stomach, who was trying to get up. "I'm really sorry. I forgot you couldn't move," she said as she came to him to hold his arm while helping him get back up. He lied on the bed again by holding her hand. She was really scared when she looked at him, as she keeps giving him troubles. Jungkook looked at her and he scoffed, for he said, "Why are you so scared? I just fell from the bed, not from a mountain. You're really." He laughed a little, looking at her. He stopped when he realized he was laughing and asked himself, "Did I just laugh because of her?" She went to her closet and took out clothes for him and came to him to say, "You can change it right here. No need for a shower. But if you can't move your arms too, then I can change your clothes if you want." She stopped in an instant as she looked at him, for she said, I mean, she takes a sigh. "You don't do anything. I will come with the food." Jungkook laughed again, for he said, "You are really clumsy. It's okay. I'll try to change them. You can go." She was calmed when she looked at his smile, which was precious. "Fine. I was scared for a second when you asked me who am I. But you can laugh too. It looks good on you." She smiled and went away after closing the door. Jungkook heard her and realized he was laughing again. "What's wrong with me? This is not the time. I need to find a place to hide. I don't know who the hell leaked my location." He looked at the clothes in his hands, for he thought, I might hide here for some days. He smiled as he looked at the clothes, knowing that they were once worn by her. Taking out his shirt to show the long and deep cuts on his back, he groaned a little when the shirt touched his injuries. He proceeds to take a shower, but before doing so, he looks at the two men who were standing in front of him. Find that brat Vine. I need her alive as fast as possible. I want to see her begging me for her life. The man with deep cuts said to others, for they both bowed to him and went away, while he proceeded to take a shower.